Welcome to the Funny Enough podcast, where we're always living out loud.
I'm your host, Zaie.
And I'm your host, Jeffrey.
And we are back, officially back, not just with a bonus episode, but we are officially back. Let's make sure we don't have any echo. Okay. Yes, we are back with episode 8. This is our father figures / role models episode. And we happen to be filming this episode, and it will be released the day of filming today on Father's Day. So happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day
to everyone out there that is watching. We made this episode because I know both of us have very specific and complex kind of situations with fathers and Father's Day.
Yeah.
And so I thought this would be a, wonderful chance to talk about some of that and also celebrate, each other.
Yeah.
And, our versions of Father's Day. So, yeah, let's get started.
Let's.
So first of all, happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Because I know it is, very difficult.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you want to talk about some of that?
Sure. I mean, my dad's not here anymore. He passed away. So Father's Day for me is times that I guess I just think about him extra hard or whatever, I mean, you always think about somebody when they're not here. But just think maybe a little more about him today. But it's not a day that I get real depressed or anything. Thank God. I'm pretty okay today.
Good.
So, yeah, but I've been, just stay busy, for me. And I just stay busy today. So I'm good. But what about you? I mean, how has it felt for you today, if you want to say?
Well, I think that, aside from my personal issues, because I've had a lot going on, I've been in pain all day. Still kind of am, so, but we're pushing through and filming our episodes. Physical pain, not, pain with the day. But as far as the day, I have, a very, complex feeling about it because, this is a day where I usually used to, celebrate, at least the fact that I am blessed to have my, biological father still here presently living today. But I guess I can be honest because it's my podcast, and people are gonna see it anyway.
Yeah.
Not saying too much. But yeah, so, I didn't feel the need to reach out to anybody on today because, and that's kind of the premise of this episode today, is I don't particularly feel like I have any present father figures in my life. And so no one is deserving of me reaching out and me using my time of, like I said, me being in pain. I've been doing some work all day, so me going out of my way to reach out to somebody, I have to really, they have to really be a part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
I don't have that. So, I think it's just very, because I'm trying to be as respectful as I can. But it's very hard to be connected to people for the rest of your life. And, those people can choose whether or not they want to be in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll always be connected to them, And so yeah, it's just hard, you know, especially on days like today where you're like, oh yeah, you have a father, like, why didn't you say anything Happy Father's Day to him? Because, you know, I mean, my father didn't even tell me happy birthday.
Yeah.
So let's just start there.
Yeah.
Um, so, you know, being very transparent here.
Yeah.
My father and I crossed paths. I saw him for the first time. Um,
You said it right
I saw him for the first time at my brother's graduation recently. And so, you know, that was the first time I seen him in like 4 years. And so, of course, you know, naturally we're like, hey, you know, like, like it's awkward and stuff. Like, he didn't really know how to approach me. And I was just like, you know, like, I just gave him a hug because I just felt like there was nothing else that I could do in that situation. You know,
Right.
I had no hate. I had no, like, I wasn't about to do all of that at my brother's graduation, you know?
Of course.
And so I was just like, I just gave him a hug. And I mean, that was at like the back of the rock. And then at the actual graduation, you know, I sat in the section with him for some time and you know, we was just chilling. And so I just feel like in that moment recently, this year in 2024, is when I realized that I made it here today without necessarily having that father figure in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's no need right now for me to be like, oh my God, like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I haven't, on my part, done anything. Because I feel like I haven't done anything to wrong this person. I haven't done anything to, you know, cause this person to not be in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like there is nothing that, you know, I should be doing at this present moment but focusing on my life and the people that are in it.
Mm-hmm. And I agree.
And so, yeah, I just feel like for the people in the back that are watching, I just feel like, you know, don't always, you know, everything on social media is not, you know, what it seems. Like, everything's not what it seems. And you don't know people's lives.
Don't believe
you
it.
don't know people's personal lives. And, you know, don't just assume anything about anyone. Because, yeah, there's a lot going on with that. But with that being said, you know, I am very blessed to have a father here that is living. So I hope that they are having a good day wherever they are.
Mm-hmm.
I unfriended them on Facebook, so I'm not particularly sure what's going on. But
And that's okay that you did that.
Yeah. And I'm saying that publicly because, you know, I removed myself from people that are involved with me. And so, you know, it's up to them, I feel like, to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, repair the damage that has been done.
Absolutely.
Because I can only do so much, like, you know.
Yeah.
And so,
and you're the child in the situation. I mean, you're a grown adult, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Because even with my brother, you know, like, my brother is 18 now, so he's a grown adult, and, you know, even he should have a better relationship with his father, you know, and he wasn't with him today. He wasn't celebrating him today, as far as I know. So I just think there is a lot of reparations that needs to be done in that area before we can, you know, talk about father figures.
Absolutely. Yeah. Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Seriously. Very well said.
But as far as the overall topic of father figures, not particularly talking about my father,
Yeah.
but
Or mine.
I do know that, you know, there are a lot of people that and beings and, you know, things in your life that can be father figures. Like, I know for me, I have been getting back into, you know, my you know, religious and spiritual side. And so I have just been kind of utilizing my, you know, father upstairs and just being like, you know, you taking me this far, like, let's just keep going. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Like, I don't particularly see myself, like, you know, but there are people definitely that have been in my life that have helped me, and I want to send a shout out to them.
Of course.
You know, for all the men that in my life that have helped me. Those are kind of like my father figures in a way.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really my fathers, but you know, they are actively in my life checking on me or have done something to, you know, better or, you know, invest in my life in the most recent times. So I don't know, can you think of anyone, like, you know, other than your actual father that have been like some father figures in your lives?
I mean, honestly, that's a difficult question if I'm really being honest, because it's more so not even a father, a parent, period. I would say for me is Nene, my mother's mother. That's the only person that I have looked at as a solid parent and that I have not a toxic relationship with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not a man,
Yeah.
so you can't, you know. But besides her, no one, to be honest. I mean, no one. It's the truth. It's the truth. I mean, I had a lot of women to look up to, but the men were not, you know.
Yeah.
And I love my uncle dearly. I don't know if he'll ever see this. I love him, but you know, he was living his life. He wasn't trying to be a father figure to his nephew, and that's cool. He was living his life, you know.
Yeah.
So just my grandmother.
Well, that brings us to our next topic. Like, you know, there are people that have been father figures that weren't necessarily a father or a male.
Yeah.
My mom was like really, really intricately my mom. You know, I got to see my father, but my mom was really like my mom and my father. And so, you know, growing up, like, I had people that were on my mom's side that were, you know, more invested and stuff like that. And yeah, I had a lot of role models that were women in my family because women were pretty much the pioneers. Like, you know, my great great grandmother was like the real pioneer. Her name was Medea.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, kind of like the great Medea, like, she, you know, had the white hair and she didn't play, but she was like a lot nicer than the Medea, Medea, Tyler Perry Medea. But yeah,
she was the matriarch.
Yeah, she was the matriarch of my family, and you know, she was the one that was under my ancestors that were, you know, Native American and Black. My mom's side, that she was the matriarch of all of them, and you know, she really started everything, and she birthed and pioneered a whole bunch of like strong, independent Black women that have, you know, just kind of brought me up and brought my brother up and really held my family together. So I've pretty much learned like everything that I know about being a decent human being in this world from them.
Yeah.
So they are my role models. Shout out to my grandmother. Shout out to my great grandma Annie Rose in heaven. You know,
absolutely.
She was very sweet to me, and shout out to my mom for just, you know, for still being there and for always being there for me.
Absolutely.
So, those are my role models, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's a great answer.
Yeah. So I guess we're pretty much done with this episode because I didn't want it to be too long or too deep or anything. But I just wanted to send, you know, a special shout out to anybody out there that doesn't have that
Yeah.
special relationship with their father. You know, we see you and we love you and we're celebrating you today. And the people that do have those great relationships with their fathers, shout out to those men. And happy Father's Day to you. And I know a lot of my friends and a lot of the people that I have went to school with and grown up with and follow and watch this podcast, y'all are either becoming fathers or about to be fathers or are fathers right now. To some new babies, and you know, even though I am not looking for that at this time, I celebrate y'all and congrats. Happy Father's Day. And do you have anything to say?
No. I mean, I think we hit every nail on the head.
Okay.
And you're awesome.
Okay. Well, y'all have a good Happy Father's Day, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.